With profound humble gratitude and love to all venerated enlightened masters, we bow to the Almighty in soulful gratefulness for gifting us with their holy blessed presence. May all beings be awakened by their divine grace.
Part 2 of 4.
Etc.
Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds. Heaven Godspeed.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule.
हमारे कार्यक्रम पेश किए जाते कई भाषाओं में कृपया देखें suprememastertv.com/schedule.
I realize the vegan or the vegetarian food that is served, nobody can ever say no to. It is something is there for everybody. It is kind of a common denominator.
Please stay with us to enjoy this illuminating Congress.
Want to make this world a more peaceful place for all to enjoy? Be vegan.
Today's program will be presented in English with subtitles in Arabic, Aulacese, also known as Vietnamese, Chinese, English, French, German, Hindi, Hungarian, Indonesian, Korean, Mongolian, Persian, Portuguese, Russian, Spanish, Thai, and Ukrainian or Uranian. Gracious viewers, Tarhib Dafi. This is an Arabic expression for warm greetings. I am Noor. The generous people of the United Arab Emirates appreciate your compassion for all beings and join you on the benevolent vegan journey. May heaven bless you for all your kind deeds. The United Arab Emirates, located along the Persian Gulf, is a nation that cohesively unites its 7 emirates, with residents originating from over 200 nationalities. The United Arab Emirates is a wonderfully diverse land. In the Emirate of Dubai stands the Burj Khalifa, a building whose 2,700-foot height makes it one of the tallest in the world, as well as the Dubai Miracle Garden with its exquisitely detailed flower arrangements. Masdar City in Abu Dhabi uses solar energy as the major power source and is the world's first carbon-free, zero-waste, and carless city. The United Arab Emirates is also supporting a trend toward organic and hydroponic growing to increase healthy food production while reducing water and power needs. There are now more than 50 organic farms in production, many of which offer educational tours to the public. Culturally, poetry is considered a top art form in the United Arab Emirates. One of the most famous modern-day Emirati poets is Usha bint Khalifa al-Suwaidi, also called Usha the Poet. Her poetry encouraged a revival of the style known as Nabati, a poetic tradition practiced by regional cultures for centuries. Many of Usha's poems have been popularized as songs and inspired the work of many younger female Emirati poets. In December 2010, the first ever Middle East Vegetarian Congress was held at the Dubai International Exhibition Center. with the public invited to engage in an interactive exploration of the plant-based lifestyle, organized by the Middle East Veg Group, or MEVEG, supported by the Middle East Natural and Organic Product Expo 2010, and endorsed by the Dubai Health Authority of the United Arab Emirates. The event provided 2 days of seminars, workshops, and video telecasts with experts from around the world, along with rejuvenating veg cuisine. In addition, Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, was specially invited to speak via live video link on being a vegan and environmentally sustainable food choice, followed by a question and answer session with attendees and the launch of the Arabic edition of the international best-selling book, The Birds in My Life, which was already sold out pre-launch. The Birds in My Life was printed by United Printing and Publishing, a subsidiary of Abu Dhabi Media Company, or ADMC, owned by the government of Abu Dhabi. We now invite you to join us for part 1 of the conference titled The First Middle East Vegetarian or MEVEG Congress, held in the city of Dubai in the United Arab Emirates on December 6, 2010, with an introduction of the esteemed speakers for the first day.
I realized that I needed to do something radical in my life, and the only thing that I could actually make a change in was my diet, because I was taking all the medication, everything, and nothing was having an impact. And that's how I got into exploring diets. And my program on television was also called Food Cures, how we can at least reduce the symptoms of our ailments if we can't actually eradicate them from our life. So that's a little bit about me, and I think we should just launch off the Congress and see and have fun for these 2 days. We are going to be here. So do you think it needs to be very formal? You know, everybody's sitting all the time. We just need to relax a bit, enjoy the ride. There's amazing, amazing food at the break times. There'll be a workshop by Lo Yao as well, where he's going to tell us about smoothies and stuff. There's a lot happening here. Just to launch it off, could I request Dr. Henry please join me in this panel here. George would also like to please join us here. All right. Excellent. Please, ladies and gentlemen, come. Settle down. We are just going to launch off. Rather than me talking about the Middle East veg or MEVEG, I'd like Sandhya to please come and talk a little bit about MEVEG. Sandhya, I came to know that her name means twilight. I thought that was very, very interesting and romantic. And she's an amazing person. She's the energy. She's like a dynamo of the car.
The environmental sustainability part, where we never wasted anything. If the milk came home, it was the milk vendor who brought it. It was never plastic bags or anything. But we knew how to use every bit to the end. Then I grew up and went to college. It was in a desert. And that desert, in the deserts of Rajasthan, I think planted something that the last 17 years I've been in the Middle East, which is again desert from Saudi Arabia to here. But this is a very, very different kind of place where we have not only the environment, but also a very beautiful social conglomeration of people. 200 nationalities in one city. We need to give the city a big round of applause. UAE, 200 nationalities and each one of them, just here to share. Now, socially what happens is, we keep inviting a lot of people for dinner, right? Each one of us. We go out for dinner, we eat together. But is there one common food that when you serve, nobody says no to. What is that? And when I started thinking about this, when this thought came in my mind and I was looking at it, I said, okay, I've always served vegetarian in-house. I happen to be born vegetarian and I've never, had anything else than that. But then I realized the vegan or the vegetarian food that is served, nobody can ever say no to. It is something is there for everybody. It is kind of a common denominator or a common subset. And this particular thought really stayed with me for the last almost 4 to 5 years. And what you see today is bringing together that kind of people. We have people from Malaysia, Iran, UK, India, UAE, everywhere, come together. And what is going to happen in the next couple of days is that society coming together. It's that call for the first time that is happening. The third point, which is very important and which has come to hit each one of us very closely, is our health. If we don't care about the environment, forget it. If you don't care about neighbors and socializing, forget it. But at least we care about our health, each and every one of us, our near dear ones. We have the highest diabetes, we have the highest obesity, blah, blah. A lot of media has been splashing things. But the fact is they cannot be saying that without some truth being there. So it is so vital, if nothing else matters, that little thing called health, without which neither can we smile, neither can we do anything, neither can we, have jobs or try and fulfill our dreams. That's the health. If not for anything else, you need to try different types of foods that we are ingesting into our system. It is absolutely important to pay attention to it today, just for ourselves and for the future. So on that note, I would just like to let everybody know that these next 2 days, full of seminars, interactions, very, very lively. This is not a very, very formal thing. It's informal to a great extent. Please feel free to put up your hands and ask questions. The people we have chosen here and who are coming to speak are people very down to earth. They are connected. They're connected to themselves, they're connected to their societies and to their families. So please put your hands together for each and every one of you who's decided to be here. Yeah? Great call. We also have workshops happening, and the other thing is we wanted to weave food into the morning. So every food that you have will have a story behind it. So there's vegan food, very lovingly brought to us by Loving Hut. The cooks and chefs have flown in from Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, and they're going to cook in the DWTC kitchens for us for tomorrow. We have World Trade Center, Radhe who's catering for us this morning, and Barakat, who have into fruits and vegetables. All these people have just come on their own and said they are going to give us the experience of food. At this point in time, I'd like to highlight, and please have my volunteers stand up who have worked tirelessly over the last year. Please, volunteers and the rest, please stand up. Ekta, Amit, Bonnie, Ram, Fazil, Rohit, Zofi, a lot of them, etc. at other places. And you'll see a lot more of them coming in. Many are at work, so we have divided ourselves into a couple of days. So, really, really big thanks to all of you. And I'd like to leave the stage to Zofi.
Thank you. I'd just like to introduce the panel we have here, who have, we wanted their presence here so that we could launch off the MEVEG conference. First, I'd like to introduce Wafa. Wafa Hilmi Arish has an MSc in Food Science and Nutrition from the Clayton University in the USA and a BSc in Public Health Nutrition from Medical Alliance Sciences, Young University, Georgia. From 2003 to 2009, Wafa has been head of Clinical Nutrition and Dietetics Department at Russian Hospital, the Public Health Authority. Since 2009, she has been a Director of Clinical Nutrition Department, Clinical Support Service Sector, DHA. Since 2006, she is also a part-time lecturer in the Faculty of Allied Health Sciences, Sharjah University. A round of applause for Wafa, please. And I was having a very interesting conversation with Professor Hedlip, and he's written a book which says what doctors don't get to study in a medical school. And I thought that would be a very interesting read, We all do a bit of all these in our house, and we have no clue. Frankly, I think doctors don't have a clue either, but we'll talk about that at some other time. But Dr. Herge is an affiliate professor of human health at the University of Northern Colorado since 2002, chairman at Bihar State Health Society Expert Committee, but now member of Postgraduate Medical Education Board, Government of India. He has invented 2 new diagnostic methods in medicine, which were published in Britain. These diagnostic methods reduce the cost of expensive investigation in many cardiac problems. You know how our medical bills keep piling up? He certainly has some good ideas about it. And Tony Blair's secretary also was very interested if those things could be used for their National Health Service as well. So that is a bit about Professor Herge. So George is a long-time hospital administrator working with Abu Dhabi Health Services Company, SEHA, since 2007. His diverse experience in healthcare services over the past 50 years gives him an insight to the ways most people are failing to observe the basic lean habits. I think he has a patent on this particular word, lean habit. He will tell you a bit more about it himself. He's been working for like over 20 years in Saudi Arabia. He's very aware of the Middle East culture, and that is why he can connect with all kinds of different diverse personalities. And before graduating from UCLA in 1973 with his master's in hospital admin, George received his undergrad degree in psychology and economics from the University of California, Santa Barbara. He's also been in the military service, and growing up in a military family, he began his expat life from birth, living overseas most of his life in Panama, Germany, and the Philippines. And George is also a marathon runner, which is, it inspires that within us as well. And that's just a little bit about our panel here. We declare it open. Sandhya, with your permission? Excellent, excellent. Let's have fun, guys, for the next 2 days. I would first like to welcome Bappa here so that she can share her views with us as well.
Morning, everybody. Thank you, MEVEG, for inviting me. I'm involved in a very short notice. I hope my introductory for the program for today and tomorrow will be beneficial for everybody. And I thank you all for being here with us. I hope you will find it interesting. My slides, I think most of you have seen, and you know, because I believe it's not the first year you're doing this. You have been for quite some time. So many informations are repeated, but we highlight them more because we want to put more emphasis on the reflect of having veg and fruits in our daily requirement. Although we have been in the market for a long time, still people doesn't have the recommended daily vegetables intake and fruits. Okay, while we are talking about the benefits of eating vegetables, and I never liked technology. It's one of the reasons of obesity. I swear, people doesn't know.
While we wait for the presentation to load, I read a very interesting poem today, just 4 lines. I won't bore you with it, but it talks about us human beings and our priorities in life. And it says, what fools indeed we mortals are, to lavish care upon a car, with ne'er a bit of time to see about our own machinery. So we are, I don't know in what illusion we live, that why don't we care about our bodies? And another person said that our bodies are actually our autobiographies. And sometimes don't we see it written on people's faces? You know, sometimes liver spots, sometimes something else, sometimes just plain fatigue. So whatever we are eating is actually having an impact on our lives.
There are many ways to help, but the easiest and quickest is something we do every day 3 times a day. Stop eating animals. The rainforests are being burned to raise cattle and plant more and more food for them, all for meat consumers. Just go vegan. It's that easy. Olive Art Vegan.
Earth-loving viewers, we appreciate your presence today for the first Middle East Vegetarian or MEVEG Congress on Words of Wisdom. Please join us tomorrow for part 2 of this inspiring conference. Coming up next is Food Crops at Risk of Extinction Due to Global Warming, part 2 of 2, right after noteworthy news. May world vegan, world peace soon become a reality for all to enjoy.
Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds. Hell not rich.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/WOW.